it's Meg with Seed to Fork, and I would like to take a few minutes today to give you a spin around the garden, show you what we got growing, what we've been harvesting, how things are looking, and just share where the garden's at right now. It is the 1st of June, and it's been miserably cold and wet, just like it has been for a lot of areas on our continent this spring. It's been kind of wild. It has its benefits though. The garden is looking really great. Hot crops, I'm still a little I'm tentative on when I'm going to plant them. I think I'm going to plant them this week, but the weather's not really hot enough for me. I like just a good hot stretch before I set out my hottest crops. So they aren't actually in the garden yet, and I'm talking about my cucumbers, my squash, winter and summer squash, and my melons, and my peanuts. Tomatoes and peppers are out. But those hottest crops, I've lost them to cold, rainy Junes, and so I've sort of once bitten, twice shy. I feel like it's not worth setting them out until it's really good and hot. Okay, this is our very earliest bed that we plant. We planted as early as possible this year. I planted it on May 31st with transplants, under row cover, surrounded by snow, more snow in the forecast and frost. But it's all cold hardy things that we start super early so that we can have a garden that looks like this by June 1st. It brings us a lot of pride and joy, and helps us eat off the land longer. So I'm just gonna turn the camera around for a little bit here and show you the inner plantings that I did and show you what we're harvesting out of here. This is really one of our primary food sources right now this early in the season before the tomatoes come in, or squash or cucumbers, things like that. So we also just eat a lot of brassicas, a lot of cold crops. So I'm gonna spin it around and show you what it looks like up close. So this is Savoy cabbage, red cabbage, and winter density lettuce. And I did choose this lime green lettuce to go against the purple cabbage. I just think it's so stunning and beautiful. Cabbages are getting mature, so I am going to have to harvest those lettuces sooner than later, but while they're still here, I think they're just so photogenic. Just a little piece of garden art, which I just love. And you'll see here, this is my broccoli that I've interplanted with iceberg lettuce. And you can see that the lettuce is going to get shaded out pretty quickly here. And so I am working to harvest these probably prematurely, really, before they form their full heads. Broccoli is just going strong. We're going to be eating broccoli in a few weeks. And this is Romanesco. And they have started forming heads. I am working very hard at not peeling those leaves back. I am notorious for breaking them because I'm so curious. I have not harvested my cabbage yet, but my goodness, look at that. Almost too pretty to harvest. You know, gardeners can appreciate that. Okay, so this is our tomato bed, and we've got 23 tomatoes here, and this is a totally new system. We've never done this before, but we had a lot of extra cattle panels. And we decided, instead of, we used to do the 2x2s and then we would do a string and we would do a single leader. So we've decided this year, because of the number of tomatoes that we've decided to grow, we thought maybe this would be easier to trellis them this way. I'm going to train these to about 2 liters, maybe 3, depending on the variety. I've got a lot of pruning to do today. I'm waiting until the plants are a little drier. But I've spaced them 30 inches on center. And we're going to train these tomatoes to this side so we can harvest on this side. These other ones behind, I'm trellising them to harvest on this back side. Okay, so I did come back Saturday afternoon and prune our tomatoes. And what I did was I pruned them back to 3 liters. And now I'm going to train them up this trellis, and I'm going to continue to pinch back any suckers. And I can see this happens every time I come over here. I have missed some, and that's okay. That's why you keep track and you check on your plants every day. Okay, so this is our garlic bed. I don't remember how many cloves I planted, but I did soft neck, and then this back here is hard neck. And I don't know how well it's coming across, but the hard neck is much thicker stemmed, and just looks healthier. I feel like I need to go back and maybe add some more fertilizer, but soft neck isn't grown very often in the north. I'm still hopeful I'm going to get a good harvest out of them, but you can definitely see the vigor of the hard neck, and it's easier to grow. So these will be in the ground until end of July or longer, depending on when they mature. Okay, so right next to the garlic, I've got a second succession of brassicas interplanted with radishes and some flowers. I've got my leeks planted. I've got celery. I've got fennel and onions back there. This is partly a summer bed, I would consider. I'm not sure how many more successions I'll get. I might get a few more successions of a few things in this bed, but some of these things are going to be in the ground. I'm not planning on harvesting these cabbages until probably August, I would think. The leeks are going to be in the ground until Thanksgiving. This celery I'm probably going to harvest and use in the summer, and I'm going to start, it's June, I got to start thinking about my fall crops. I'm going to start some more celery for our root cellar in hopes of putting some of that up in the fall. So this we're going to enjoy and eat this summer, this celery. So this bed is just sort of planted, maturing. As you can see, it's a lot younger looking than the bed I planted in the end of March, because I just got these out 2 weeks ago. Put these out. Okay, so peppers are another crop that we sort of went a little crazy on this winter. Garden planning. I'm really still trying to find our sweet spot now that we have so much land, of where we want to focus our time and energy and what types of food we want to grow. And I'm really trying to have that be not a reflection of just growing something beautiful to take a photograph of it, but really to grow things that we're gonna eat and enjoy. And to that end, with our peppers, I did a pretty big overhaul of the types of peppers we grow. I've got switched to Gochu garu, which is a Korean hot pepper. It is the pepper that is the spice behind kimchi. And I've got 4 of those. I actually see some peppers that have formed. I've got 3 types of bells, which we absolutely love. We eat fresh. We roast some and put them in the freezer. And then I've got paprika. And then I've got some ají amarillos, which are new to us, but they make a Peruvian pepper paste. It's another type of culinary pepper. And I'm trying Hatch Red, which we'll see how they do here. They are the New Mexico hot pepper, another culinary pepper. So I'm excited. These grew crazy fast, and I didn't get them out as early as I wanted to. I left them covered until just last week. I took the cover off because peppers like it hot, so I gave them a little extra help. I think now they're good to go for the season. And I've interplanted them with my favorite gem marigold, which will be beautiful and fragrant all summer long and fill in really nicely. Okay, this is something I don't show very often. It's still kind of what I would consider in its infancy, and that is our espalier orchard. Can take absolutely zero credit for this. This is all of my husband's work. His father espaliers, his grandfather espaliered, and so this is really a beautiful way of carrying on his both maternal and paternal lineage in the garden. This is the north side of our espalier orchard. It's an apricot tree. It's very vigorous. This is one of our plum trees. We replanted this one last year. Another very vigorous tree. I have them planted underneath with chamomile and violas and nasturtiums. I'm going to let the strawberries roll into here too. This is one of our apples.
is probably our best looking espalier tree right now in terms of how full it is already.